kick us off today, Lauren?
Okay, well, I just opened up my Instagram and the first thing on there was this whole Coldplay debacle. And as I was saying it out loud, I just realized I'm like, wow, this is the second, like 2 episodes in a row I'm bringing up Coldplay.
Let's see how many episodes in a row Lauren can make Coldplay fetch into the theme, into our conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a video from a Coldplay concert where the cameraman like zooms to the, like it's a Jumbotron thing, and this cameraman
it's like a kiss
zooms
cam, I guess,
on a couple.
Which I didn't know they did that at concerts, but I go off.
I didn't know they did that either. And
maybe they knew.
I was so nervous to get on the kiss cam when me and Justin went to a game early on. I was like, don't put me on there. I was nervous.
I would have loved that.
I was so nervous. But zoom on the people, and it's this guy and this lady, and they're like happily dancing to Coldplay, and he notices he's on camera and literally bolts. And the woman turns around and she ducks and like walks behind people to get out. Like they both go separate directions, just bolt. And it turns out he's like, I've seen a lot of speculation that he's actually like a CEO and he's married. And people like obviously sent it to his wife. She has since like changed her last name on Facebook.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't dug into it at all.
Oh, I'm just had a little too much time online today.
Totally get that.
Missed my nap because I couldn't get off TikTok.
Oh, I thought you got a little power nap in.
15 minutes, Lauren.
Oh God. Well, I'm running on a little sleep as usual. It's just like one of the busiest weeks. Like every day has felt like I just completed a full weekend, and I'm like, wait, it's not Friday tomorrow. I can't believe it actually finally is Friday tomorrow, because it's just been like the longest week.
I hate weeks like that where you get to Tuesday and you're like, oh my God, I'm so ready for the weekend. You're like, it's Tuesday.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It's like good busy, and I'm really appreciative of it. It's just that like I am exhausted.
Yeah.
And I always hope that I don't come off as tired as
you feel.
Often am.
I know.
But I'm also just like chronically like a tired person. Like I kind of want to get like blood work and do one of those holistic things. So if anyone has any recommendations, and
Function Health is really good. You just like go to a Quest lab. There's like a bunch of labs everywhere, but you literally like go to a Quest lab and like you get like so many results.
Really? Because I was thinking about, I've heard people doing a lot of like these ones where you pay out of pocket, so they're really expensive, which is why I've been holding off on it.
No, this one's like, I think they're running a deal right now.
I want one of those rings too, so that I can like see what my sleep patterns look like.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, it would depress me. I miss summer vacation. It's the middle of summer right now, and all I want to do is go back to being a kid and like having summer vacation. I miss that.
Yeah. You know what was cool too is I was just thinking about this because Brian's in Idaho right now for work, and he was saying how like the sun like just went down and it was like 10 p.m. And I was like,
Minnesota's like that. It's so amazing.
And I just, those days were so fun when I was a kid during the summertime. Like I felt like summer was a year for me. I didn't realize that it was only a few months. When I found that out when I was a kid, I was like flabbergasted. And like me and my friends, we would stay up until the sun would go down playing Ghosts in the Graveyard.
Yeah, and catching lightning bugs.
Yeah, in our backyards. And like it was this two cul-de-sacs, so the backyards like all like faced each other, and all the parents would go on their porches and like have wine and have the lights on, but we'd all play out in this basically huge backyard because they were all combined. And I just love stuff like that. So I agree. Summertime.
I know. Now we're adults. And I thought people might, slack off a little bit in the summer, but no one in my work world is slacking off. We need to chill a little, fam. Like if we all agree to slack, it could be good. Yeah. Right? Like, let's just slow it down a little bit.
I was talking to someone who's from the UK and will partially work with people in the UK. And he was like, they are so different. They like truly, truly value their work-life balance. Mostly life, not much work.
I know, Spain. If we have any people in Spain listening, you guys still do siestas? They get daily naps.
I know.
Like, I need a siesta.
Is that like a common thing or is
I-
that only in certain areas?
I'm asking our friends out there. We got friends there.
Yeah, I
we
remember
got friends there.
learning that in my Spanish classes. I was like,
I know.
can we incorporate that right now?
Literally now. Okay, let's get into this theme today. I've been toting. I was gonna say toting. I've been toting the line of two ideas. I've been toying with two ideas, and one of them is like, that's a choice. Like, ooh, that's certainly a choice to do that.
Oh, you sounded like that TikTok sound. Ooh.
Ooh. And then the other is like, quite the commitment. Like, you've been doing that for quite some time. That's quite the commitment you've been doing. Or like, damn, that is a lot of energy to do that. Like, it wouldn't be me. I wouldn't do that. So I've got quite a few. You have found a couple as well. I think it's going to be a good theme. We'll see what title I agree on. And if I use the title that I don't pick, again, don't judge me. My brain is running out of ideas after 224 episodes.
I don't know how you do that. I literally don't even know how to caption any of my Instagrams. So I don't know how you come up with names for the episode.
My brain hurts. I literally sit there and I stare at the ceiling for 30 minutes. Like, a lot of times when the episode is late, it's because I can't think of a name.
See, if this was my podcast, it would be like episode 1053.
Just numbered.
Yeah. With a smiley face. New
It's
emoji
so
each
funny.
time.
It's so funny. And I do remember most of the names, like, especially if someone tells me. But okay, enough about us. We've been gabbing too long. People are screaming, get to the Reddit stories. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Do you want to get super enraged or weirded out right away?
Enraged.
Enraged. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. There is some trigger warnings on this one. It does involve animals and like potentially bad situation regarding animals, like dog kidnapping. So I haven't gotten into it. I haven't read it. I'm going off the title and what the trigger warning at the top is.
Oh, this isn't the one that you told me about?
It's a different one, a worse one.
Oh,
I know. So let's get into this and then we'll talk about the other one
okay. Whew.
because it'll fit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is coming from r/relationships. It is titled, My 23 female boyfriend, 23 male of 3 years stealthily took my 11-year-old dog to a vet 80 kilometers away to be put to sleep.
No.
It was only luck I found out and got him back. Boyfriend doesn't know I have my dog back, but he comes home tomorrow night. My boyfriend Jay left for a trip up the coast to help family on Friday morning. While I was at work Friday, I got a phone call from one of my ex's flatmates, Bob, who I lived with at uni. He thought he had my dog with him and phoned me because someone had dropped him off to the vet surgery he worked at to be put to sleep. Bob sent me pics, and it was my Stixie, and I'd recognize him anywhere. I grew up with him, and he was so close to me when I left home to study, there were no questions about it. Stixie stayed with me.
How can you even get away with that? How could the vet agree to that?
Bob kept Stixie with him, and I drove to pick him up as soon as I was out of work. Bob also showed me a phone recording he took of the vet's security camera screen, and there's no doubt in the world it's Jay dropping him off.
Wow.
He's even wearing the same clothes he left in this morning before I went to work. Jay has texted me a few times today, and I don't know why, but I'm not confronting him about this. I'm actually scared I will utterly lose it at him. I'm running everything through my head on why he would do this. We talked sometimes about moving north to be near his family or overseas within a few years. I can't believe I'm trying to find reasons for him to do what he did, or reasons for me to not rip him a new one and dump everything he owns on the front yard and set fire to it tonight. I'm half numb and half stunned beyond rational thought. Why can't I get functionally angry here? He texted me this morning like he normally does when he's away. I replied like normal though. We're not big text talkers anyways. He asked me a couple of times if I was okay. Everything in the text, I'm trying to read into what the hell he's thinking he's hiding. What do I do?
I mean, I don't know how you could ever continue a relationship with somebody like that. Truly. Like, even if, let's say, the dog was very sick and was dying, and he thought that he was trying to do the dog a favor because the dog was in pain, that is still so beyond not okay, because she should be able to say goodbye. She still is the one who should make the call. And it's sickening, and it's so messed up. And so, yes, OP, I'm questioning why you're questioning that as well. Like, I don't know why. There's no excuse for it. So whatever rationale that you come up with, none of it excuses that. That's
no. And it's like, I don't know what his reasoning is. And also, he brought the dog up there when OP went to work. Where's the dog? Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, there was no text from him to be like, oh, Stixie got out, I can't find him. Like, there was no even faking it. It was like, poof, dog disappears. Like, you look insane, sir. You look insane. You are insane to do this to a dog who seemingly is in okay health at 11. There's no mention of Stixie having anything wrong with him.
Right.
So it's like, that's not your decision to make, as you said, Lauren.
Right.
And even if the dog was in such a bad spot, you should let the owner be able to say goodbye.
Exactly.
In what world? And then it's
so
to
cruel.
Control. Like, it goes to, this dog is impacting your life in a way you don't want, in some way. And so you're taking it into your own hands to dispose of this dog. Literally, just dispose of it. Goodbye. I want to put you down because I don't want you. You didn't even drop it off at a shelter. You took him to a vet to be put down. And then you didn't even stay to watch him get put down.
Yeah.
So now you're just a piece of shit and a fucking coward to leave a dog alone with a stranger.
But she saved the dog, right? She was able to swoop in.
Yeah, by some grace of God, a friend
Truly.
worked at the vet clinic. What are the chances? Like, this was 80 kilometers away from where they live.
Is there any possibility that he was taking the dog there for a checkup and not to be put down? Is there any possibility that this other guy got it wrong, Bob?
I don't know. So OP does reply to a couple comments. Someone goes, well, that's terrifying. Do you have a place, a friend's maybe, where you and Stixie can stay for a bit while you get this sorted? And by this, I mean your new living situation.
Yeah.
Because you really can't continue to live with the guy who just tried to kill your dog behind your back.
Yep. Nope. That's so messed up.
OP goes, thanks for the comment. I do. At least 2 coworkers would be okay with me contacting them. I want people around me when he comes back. I wish I could make sure he knows he's no longer welcome in this home, nor can he come back and he's to go immediately. But I also know by bitter experience with a friend that kicking someone out of a dwelling they live in is a long process. So OP also, the same day, went and posted in legal advice. We do find out OP is located in Australia and is just trying to figure out if what he did was illegal. Are there any steps that OP can take to protect themselves when he returns tomorrow? OP is clearly trying to make sure he can't come back and he stays away from me.
I don't know how that could be legal. People sue people for so much less. I just don't know how that could even fly. I don't
know.
Especially who is this vet that's agreeing to this? If his name's not registered to the dog, how are you even considering it for a second?
I feel though the vet honestly probably made the decision to be okay, I'm going to take this dog, but I'm not actually going to do anything. I think that's why the dog is still alive versus okay, let's go back to a room. Maybe the vet was
versus
sure, let's run some tests though.
Yeah,
and
versus turning the dog away back to an abusive home.
Yeah. It seems like the vet might have been kind of a saving grace in this one.
I hope so.
That's what I'm gathering. So OP kind of just explains the situation in legal advice and is just can I do anything? What options do I have? My boyfriend doesn't know I know what he did, nor that I have the dog back. Just kind of asking is this legal? What can I do? And someone goes, not legal advice. Keep your dog somewhere else. If he has access to him, who knows what else will happen? And someone else then responds and goes, and then ask where the dog is and see how much he's going to lie about it.
Yeah.
Which is what I would do.
Yeah.
I would want to know, where's my dog?
Yeah. What version of psycho are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let on. I would honestly, it's just such a tricky dynamic.
everyone should get their animal microchipped, because if someone tries to pretend that your animal ran away while you were gone or something, like that just gives you a security to, yeah.
You can get your horses microchipped nowadays too.
Oh, good.
I know. So we do have an update.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Edit and a quick update. A night's sleep with good people around me helped. I phoned a workmate to see if I could go stay there with Stixie, and she came over for the night instead. We spoke, and we have a plan. Thank you for the links to NSW laws. It looks like I might be in the clear with forcing my ex out. I'm a renter. I'm the only name on the lease, and we had no written agreement.
Oh, yeah.
From my understanding, he is a boarder or lodger and can be removed quickly. I'll have to clarify, of course, but that gives me confidence. I was freaking out because I didn't know where to start last night.
Yeah, you can have the police remove him if his name's not on the lease.
Get him out of there.
Yeah.
My ex will be confronted with more people I know in the house backing me up. Stixie is also in good health.
Wow.
He's 11 and a bit too fat and slower than he used to be, but he's fine. These photos are from early November when we visited a property out of town. He started life as a farm dog, and going back made his day. Unfortunately, the link doesn't work anymore. OP also goes to say he's not microchipped. I'm taking a personal leave day Monday and getting him chipped first thing. Update 2. He came back. He lied. I was upset and looked it. We gave him enough rope to make excuses after changing excuse. First, he was shocked Stixie was gone and would help look for him.
Oh, fucking asshole.
Then he was shocked someone took him to a vet to be put down.
Oh.
Then, when confronted with proof it was him, he claimed Stixie was hit by a car and he had to end his suffering. When confronted with a live, happy Stixie, he turned it around, and it ended with him telling me he should have had me put down.
Oh, you need to be in fucking jail.
Electric chair.
Literally.
What?
What an absolute psychopath.
He should, I'm like, I read that right? He ended up with him telling me he should have had me put down.
I literally want to tie this guy up and punch him in the face for 24 hours straight.
Your poor little knuckles.
I would get so strong, it'd be great.
OP goes on to say, my coworker and her partner and I told him he was not welcome in the house anymore and that they were moving in with me. And then everyone in the house and the neighbor we both get on well with, who saw him return on Friday to take Stixie, now knows what kind of person he is. Yeah. He left on his own accord and took some of his stuff. I'm no closer to knowing for sure why he tried to do what he did. Sorry for jamming up legal advice, and this one, it wasn't much of a legal ending.
I mean, honestly, he sounds like a serial killer.
He does. This is insane. Absolutely insane. And then when faced with getting caught, you continue to lie again and again and again. And then you say, I should have put you down.
Yeah.
That's insane, actually.
I feel like that's also like the art of cheater responses too. They'll just continue to change their lie, and then until they can't, they're backed into a corner, then they like project and start saying mean names to the person that they cheated on. It's so like despicable. It's just like you're peeling off the mask of their ugly personality one by one until they finally reveal themselves.
I know Justin and I just had a story in an episode that we recorded, and it was this person who was like, my boyfriend initiates sex with me by taking off my glasses. And the person goes on to say, like, I'm so uncomfortable. He removes my glasses, and then sometimes he'll make me beg for them to get them back and see. I've told him I don't like it. I told him I feel vulnerable, like all this stuff. And then OP like was just like, can we please stop doing this? Like, it doesn't make me feel good. I feel really vulnerable. It feels like you're like almost using my disability against me in a way. And OP woke up the next morning, glasses gone, and he goes, you want to know what it's really like to feel disabled? Try now. And had hid the glasses and broke them, like snapped the little like arm off, popped a lens out. That's what I mean. Like, perfect boyfriend up until that point. Years of dating.
Yikes.
And then to do that, like switch to such a scary abuser. I don't understand why people use animals as such like leverage or like bargaining chips or like to hurt someone. It's like, what has this innocent animal got to do with you and your problems in your relationship? And it's like, if you don't like that this person has a dog or a cat, go date someone else that doesn't have any pets.
I know, truly.
There's so many people out there.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, I feel like there's a lot of people who just view pets very differently. Like, that's what's so crazy is like a lot of people who are pet owners, like that's their family. That's their, might as well be a human baby. Like that's how much they love their pet. And so if you're going to partner with somebody who doesn't at least respect that love that you have, it shouldn't be a relationship. And I know that some people are probably going to disagree with that. But like, I really think that like if this is something that's so important in your life, then your partner should be able to respect that. And if they can't, like even if they're not a huge animal lover, like if they can't, then they just shouldn't be together because but like clearly like it sounds like these two people from this story, maybe they were just trying to make it fit and they thought, I don't like animals. They're just a dog. It's fine. And then end up getting rid of something that made their partner's heart sing.
I know.
The happiest part of their life, maybe. Like, it's just, I don't know. What is it, jealousy? Like, I don't know. I just can't imagine doing this to anyone. Like specifically someone you love.
Yeah. It's insane. And
Crazy.
like, I just don't understand it. Whew, but that's that. Glad OP got out safe. Got her dog.
Yeah,
Getting him microchipped, little Stixie. I wish we would have seen a picture. I'm like, I want to see a picture of Stixie. I wonder if someone else has like ever shared it. But no, if you try to find anything about Stitch, oh my God. Stixie. If you try to Google search.
Fully malfunctioned.
If you try to Google search anything with Stixie dog Reddit story, the only thing that pops up is like Lilo and Stitch. But okay, moving on. Let's get into this really weird one, okay? This is one you found. I haven't read it though. Have you read it? The TikTok one?
No. I
Okay,
didn't.
so we're both going in blind.
Yeah.
It was the title that got
Mhm.
you. This is coming from our very own Two Hot Takes subreddit, one day old, titled, "My husband made a secret TikTok account to post videos of me sleeping." This is ... really embarrassing to even type. I, 32 female, found out that my husband, 34 male, has been secretly filming me sleeping and posting it to TikTok under some weird account name. It started because my coworker showed me a funny TikTok of a woman snoring and said it looked just like me. My stomach dropped.
Oh my God.
It was me.
Wow.
In my own bed. I confronted my husband and he admitted it's his account. He said he started it as a joke because, quote, "You're so cute when you sleep and people love it." I checked and the account has over 50,000 followers.
Oh my God.
There are dozens of videos of me snoring, tossing, drooling, even one where my shirt has ridden up and you can see a part of my bra. He claims it's harmless and that, quote, "People post their spouses all the time." I feel violated.
Yeah.
How do I even begin to process this?
In court.
Literally.
Yeah. I'm curious too if she adds anything else about characteristics of this guy because you don't make a whole account without someone knowing, even if they're awake. Asleep.
That's so scary.
I know.
It's like, it's so scary.
Him doing it one time and posting it without her consent and then showing her the next morning and being like, haha, I had no idea that this would, like, anyone would see it. Just thought it was funny. that even is a huge red flag. But like at least he's telling her, and at least it's like kind of like, oh, I just thought this was funny, and then she can be like, don't put that there, XYZ. But no, it's completely violating. It's 100% a violation. Like
people need to consent to being recorded in the comfort of their own bed while they're sleeping, and having it posted. Regardless if it's your wife or not, or if you think it's cute. Like, it's up to that other person.
And even if he did this without sharing it, it's creepy. It's not okay. It's really weird. Like, and like, you know what I mean? Like, even if he just had it like on his, I feel like we've had a story about this before.
Well, it's like, I think it's one thing to, like, Justin sleep talks. And I think it's the cutest thing in the world, especially if like he's really out of it. I can like kind of get him going and have conversations with him. So
but
like,
then you show him.
So I'll record it, and then I do show him. I tell him about it, but I also wouldn't share it anywhere.
But my point is that like,
and his face isn't in it. Like, it's dark and he's just talking.
Yeah, but like my point is that like even if like you show him, right? Like you tell him about it. Like you're like. So it's like if you were to have like a whole album of like Justin sleeping and never mention it to him, you would be such a creep. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Actually now I remember we did have a story like that a long, long time ago, but it was actually like the one exception where she was like, okay, this is really, really messed up. But she was like, I was doing and I think she had like came with proof. She was doing a project for school where it was like monitoring like the sounds of snoring each night, like based off of like,
oh my God,
REM
it was a
sleep.
guy. It was a guy writing in that he had discovered his girlfriend was recording him sleeping, and it was for like a college project.
Yeah, exactly. And I think she said that the reason she didn't want to tell him was like she didn't want him to I don't remember why actually. Maybe that one was weird too.
I think it was weird too.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it on my THT Master Stories doc that I have.
Yeah, but like I'm like even that like is even that's creepy, and that's like for an actual reason for a school project. So yeah, there's really no getting around this one. It's pretty bad, pretty concerning. Definitely breakup worthy.
I know.
Did they say husband though?
Husband.
Oh, that's tough.
Husband. And the way she found out too, to find
God,
out
yeah, I know.
from your coworker.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, this looks like you. And you're like, that is me.
Yeah.
In my bed.
I'm like, I hate to like jump too quick to saying like separate when they're married, but this is definitely, it's very concerning. It is violating.
Yeah.
If I'm playing devil's advocate, I could say maybe he just didn't realize the severity and just thought he was being goofy. But like, even so, then he's a huge idiot, and that's a huge red flag. So it's just, it's not a lot of good options.
It's a red flag how dumb you are.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, like, there are accounts that I've even seen where they post videos of themselves, like, doing weird stuff in their sleep. Like, I think there's a huge TikToker who posts her sleepwalking videos, and they're really entertaining.
Right.
But she's the one posting them.
Yeah. I mean, consent is all the difference of everything.
You know?
Yeah.
So we don't have any comments from OP, no update, but let's get into the top comment on this one. Yeah, you're going to want to go through his phone, laptop, and any online file storage.
Yeah.
This is weirdo behavior. Next comment. If he's doing this with her sleeping, you have to wonder if he has some private accounts of other things.
It just makes me worried that with this story,
there's more.
That what if there's more? Like, what if something else is happening? Like, because this is a violation.
Yeah.
So what else is he doing?
Yeah. And again, it's reminding me of like a real life thing where there was a woman in France recently that took her husband to court because he was drugging her and letting other men come to their house.
That is terrifying.
It was so, so bad. And like, that's kind of what everyone in the comments is getting into. Like, someone goes, wait, you sleep in your bra? Aside from it though, it's a huge trust violation coming from your supposedly closest person. It would be a deal breaker for me. And then next comment, right? The bra thing aside, LOL, who cares? The bigger issue is the total lack of respect. Yeah. It's not just a funny video when someone you trust secretly records and posts intimate moments while you're unconscious and for strangers to watch. That's not cute. It's creepy. Definitely feels like a deal breaker to me too.
Yeah.
And then next comment down, yep, after following the Dominique Pellicote case, I would be very concerned. Look it up if you don't know.
I don't know if I want to. I'm sure you.
Also, I'm sorry if I butchered her last name, Pellicote. So bad.
You can discuss that with your other co-hosts on your other podcast.
It is kind of a clues type case. That's crazy. Wow. Like, that is such a fucking choice to make. A really fucking bad one. A commitment to do. I'm just like, what
Back
is
into the theme.
wrong with people?
Yeah. A lot. There's a lot wrong with people.
We need to get to this one because, like, I need something that's not so heavy. And this is crazy, but not like heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I honestly, when I saw that title, like, I guess in my head, I didn't even think of it as being heavy. But then as I started making the associations, I was like, this is actually like a really big red flag.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Like, a title can be deceiving, and like maybe some of you out there are like, no, Morgan, it's not my first rodeo. I hear that title and I know where it's going.
Yeah.
But like, it piques your interest to where you want to get into it. And then once you really get the context, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was more of the fact that I just didn't think that deep into it because, I was just skimming through titles. So
hey,
once
it's all good. It was a good story. Don't feel bad about it.
Okay.
You're good. You're good, little doggy. You're good.
I just don't want to be too heavy, like.
It's all good. I got this next one for us, and it's also a doozy, but like, I think in a good way. Cover those toes.
Yeah. Back in the hole.
Lauren's about to give you guys free feet pics.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 here. It is titled, Girlfriend, 27 female, got a massive tattoo for me, 31 male. I've been with my girlfriend for almost a year. I've always made sure she knew that I wanted to take things very slow, and I didn't want anything too serious right now. I've only been divorced for a year, and I have primary custody of my kids, 2 and 4. So they are and have always been my priority. I can't stress how clear I was about keeping our relationship casual. Anyways, I have a lot of tattoos. I won't pretend like they're all super meaningful, but most of the bigger pieces are related to my hobbies, friends, family, random shit I'm into. My girlfriend only had the tiniest tattoo on her ankle. I was away last week doing the Vegas bachelor party / road trip thing, and she texts me that she has a surprise for me and sends me a pic of the tattoo. It is a tree that starts at where her ass meets leg, not sure the name for that, and ending at the back of her neck.
What?
The branches have shitty tattoos that are copies of many of my tattoos. A few in particular piss me off. One is a copy of a tattoo my buddies and I got done to commemorate a friend that died. Another is very similar to one of mine that was inspired by a drawing my kid did. I showed it to my friends, and they all think she is fucking crazy.
Well, yeah. Wait, from the, like, below her butt up to her neck? So it's like all over her butt too?
All the way up.
Whoa.
I don't know how this tree branches, but
I don't think I've ever seen a tattoo do that either on top of it. If anyone has, can you send me a photo? I don't even know what that would look like.
We can Google to see.
Okay.
Her explanation is just that she liked my tattoos, so she wanted to get similar ones, but in her own design. And she did it to honor me. She said she got it done for me. She went to a shitty artist, so it looks pretty bad, and the design isn't too great in itself, which I think defeats the purpose of honoring someone. And they mean literally nothing to her.
That's wild.
Between her copying my tattoos and having a genuinely shitty tattoo covering her entire backside, I really don't find her sexy anymore. It is a huge mood killer. She was my dream girl in bed, so without that, there isn't much left.
Oh.
I'm starting to consider just breaking up with her because what she did seems so insane. On the other hand, we've been dating for almost a year, and I'm really into her. And now that she has this giant tattoo that's honoring me, breaking up would just suck. Opinions? No.
I mean, she just needs to learn a hard lesson right now. So yeah, I think you should break up with her for her own good.
God. Can you imagine?
No.
Like, you get
No.
a full body tattoo.
Except it was
So this guy will be official. He'll date you.
Yeah.
And then he breaks
Because
up
of
with
it.
you.
Yeah.
After you just got a basically ass to tattoo.
Well, there's this phrase, the irony of that, right? Like she's doing something to try to like totally lock him in, and it does the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And there's this phrase where it's like relationships are like holding sand in the palm of your hand.
Mm.
If you just let it sit and nurture, then it doesn't go anywhere. If you squeeze it, it will fall in between your fingers and you'll lose it.
Okay.
And so it just, that's that phrase, when I hear stuff like that, I always think about that. Like, don't squeeze too hard. You'll literally lose it. You just I just backfired. You just backfired so much. What? What?
I just backfired.
Yeah, I did.
I just envisioned a car going.
Did you hear? I was like gurgled. But so anyway, yeah, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I'm also worried about her mental health to think to do this without speaking to this person. And I don't know.
Yeah. I also don't know what she was thinking, because it's like you're taking very personal tattoos that don't really have meaning to you and putting them on your body in honor of him. But like, I don't know why you couldn't deduce that maybe he wouldn't like that. Maybe he wouldn't like you copying him, or like why such a big grand gesture could have the opposite effect. And like, it's a lot of pressure. I'm like a catastrophizer. So like when I think about decisions and making a choice, I like think about the worst case scenario for each one.
Yeah.
That's the way
right.
my brain works with a lot of stuff. Can't predict everything, unfortunately. But
you
at least like
you're critical thinking about things.
you at least think about some of the consequences, right?
And how did none of those cross her mind, that she just thought he'd be so, was she like wasted when she did it? I mean,
no.
Also, just wanted to point out one thing that he said that's also like was a red flag to me.
Yeah, thank you.
He was like, she's my dream girl in bed, and without that we have nothing. Oh, wait, did you say that? Am I hearing that right? That you shouldn't have been with her in the beginning if that's all you guys have.
And this is why anyone out there, if you're in a
Terrifying.
situationship and you've been holding out hope that a person you've been seeing for 6 months is finally going to wake up one day and be with you, after 6 months, they're not going to. And if you give them an ultimatum, and if you like do a grand gesture that finally locks them in, like, I don't think
still temporary.
it's not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And it's going to end a lot of times in situations like cheating or it doesn't work out. Like,
Yeah.
if someone wants to be with you, they will make it very clear from the start. And I've got great examples. Like I was obsessed with this guy that I met in Minnesota. He played hockey. He would come there and train in the summer, and then like was out here playing on like professional teams. I would drive to San Diego to go watch his games. I drove to San Francisco to go watch his games. Like, I made so much effort to try to get this person to like see me.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what I did, no matter how much we had in common, no matter how much chemistry we had, it just like didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, entered Justin, and it was the exact opposite. Like, I had to beat that boy off with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he put so much effort. He was always following up. He was always like asking me on thoughtful dates. And he asked me to be his girlfriend within like 2 months. Like,
sorry, I'm just laughing. Beat him off with a stick. That could sound all kinds of ways.
hey,
But anyway, go on.
a good way. It was just so different. And like, I think that's why it took me so long to like mentally like shift with Justin. Cause I was like, and I remember telling, I think it was you or Alejandro or someone, to be like, is this what it is like when someone actually likes you?
Yeah.
Because it was like, truly, it was such a shift in effort, and it's so different. So with this guy, he's like, I've made it crystal clear I want nothing but casual. Yeah, but at the same time, you've been dating this person for a year.
Yeah.
After a year, it stops being casual.
Of course. Yeah. So they're both at fault her just a little more dramatically.
Yeah. So I found some images of tattoos just to kind of give us an idea. This is one that goes just kind of like lower back up to the back of the neck.
I mean, I've seen that. I just haven't seen one that goes underneath the butt cheek. Like, because then you have the curvature. So I'm like,
Yeah.
how are we staying consistent?
I can't find any good ass tats. But like I could imagine this one, this next image I pulled up is a like cherry blossom tree. And the tattoo goes from kind of left shoulder down across the back and ends on the right flank. I'm using a horse term, flank. Oblique.
I don't know what flank means.
It's a horse body part. Flank. It's like, it would be, never mind. So I could envision like the tree kind of like wrapping down and then kind of keeping the same continuation under the butt.
Yeah.
Think about like cheeky shorts, like where a little cheek pops out. You'd see the tat under the cheeky shorts.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a lot. It is way too big of a commitment to make to someone that you've been casually seeing for a year. That's for sure.
And yeah, it kind of reminds me of The Wrong Missy. Just like
what? What's that?
The movie of The Wrong Missy. It's so funny.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, you got to watch it. I think you would love it. It's so ridiculous. It's fantastic.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty crazy energy. So I don't necessarily think this is a relationship that should continue on. Like specifically the way that he like speaks on about her too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like do her a favor.
Do her a
let
favor.
Her go.
You've been using her.
Right.
And I think that's clear. He's been using her. He's been having his cake and eating it too by being like, well, I don't want anything serious. I only want casual. But like, hey, you're the dream girl in bed.
Yeah.
He got to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Truly, you guys, like, don't waste your time on people that you like them way more than they like you.
So, I was actually talking to a friend about this because I do think based off like specifically what you were saying too, I don't think it's out of the ordinary for girls to maybe go from one relationship where they feel like they're chasing and trying to prove themselves to dating someone who is chasing them and then not being interested. And I think that the psychology behind that is that you're chasing a guy and trying to prove yourself. And so it's almost like a human instinct that we start like playing a game in our own head, like being like, oh, if this guy who's hard to get likes me, that will prove that I'm valuable, that I'm more valuable, that I'm worthy. And then if you meet someone who likes you instantly, then it's like, oh, well, that doesn't give me the challenge to prove that I'm worthy. So I don't know if I'm interested in him. Like, I feel like it's almost this like mental like mind fuck in a way that happens more common than we would think.
Absolutely. And I think our brain chemistry also kind of traps us in that. For guys love hormone is secreted when they're stressed. So if a guy is like in this relationship that's very like maybe toxic or stressful, the love hormone gets secreted for guys. It can happen for women as well, but like I think I'm really butchering this. Regardless of like what it is, like if you have these insane highs, you're gonna have like oxytocin, you're gonna have dopamine. You can get dopamine from playing Candy Crush. So that's why like a lot of psychologists, if you follow any, or if you listen to like couples counselors talk, it's like butterflies and getting butterflies might be good early on, but it's not good sustainably.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have that anxiety forever. And so they talk about that where it's like a good, healthy relationship isn't highs and lows. It's not this like fireworks all the time. It's actually just feeling comfortable and safe.
Yeah.
And our brains can really
resist it sometimes.
Like send us down the wrong path.
Which is so interesting because we all like feel like rationally this is what we want. We want like a safe, wonderful, stable relationship. But then it's like when you get to that dating stage, it's like, why are we fleeing the scene when it feels like that? What's happening? Why are people not jumping into that relationship when it looks like all green flags? And I just exactly that. I just think there's a lot of like psychology and like actual chemistry involved in it.
I mean, yeah, our brains are little like chemistry machines. I saw a quote the other day too that like really fits with this. And if you're thinking about like breaking up with someone who you love so much, like you can't imagine not being with them, but like at the same time, they're not right. They don't make you feel good. There's a quote that says, imagine how much you can love the right person for you if you love the wrong one this much.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have so much love to give. So much.
Yeah.
And imagine if that's reciprocated equally, or if it's truly someone that's healthy and good for you.
Right. You know what's so funny too, like going off of that, I actually had such a hard time with a breakup with a relationship that I felt was the wrong relationship for me, that it was bad for me. And so I was like, why am I struggling so much with this breakup? And I said to a friend, if I struggle this much with a relationship that I knew was wrong for me, how am I going to be if a relationship ends that was a healthy relationship? And the friend was like, you'll be much better because you'll be whole. And if you're in a healthy relationship, the split you'll feel yourself. When you're in an unhealthy relationship, it hurts so bad because part of you was ripped apart, but you weren't your full self when you were in that relationship. Like now you're broken, you're not your whole. And so that's why it hurts so much. And I just think about that from time to time because it's something I had never thought until they said that. But yeah, I think we will associate like, oh, this relationship hurt me so badly that it must be, I should go back to it. I had so much passion for that relationship, but it's because that person wasn't good for you and you weren't your full version of yourself, that you were like clawing at them to make you full. But anyway, it was just a concept that stuck out to me. And I just think that if you're somebody who is reflecting on relationships and thinking that you loved somebody more because the breakup hurt more, really reflect on if it's just because of how chaotic it felt to be in an unhealthy relationship or if it's really like that person.
Yeah. I know our brains are really crazy with what they'll make these unhealthy relationships feel like in our minds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't had a neuroscience class in so long, but there's a variety of these neurotransmitters that like, it can almost mimic an addiction.
Yeah.
Like that's what's so crazy. It can make your brain feel the same way that like an addiction does, like toxic relationships can.
Absolutely.
So it's wild. But we have some comments for this one. A lot of people are just like, she is crazy. That is so completely insane. I would run far. If she got a tattoo to commemorate something special between you two, meh. But to copy your tattoos, that shit crazy. And ones that were so personal to a life before her. OP responds, I haven't explained what they all mean to her, so she might not know that the one tattoo is commemorating my friend, but still, it's pretty crazy, right? And yeah, like if she doesn't even know that a tattoo has this meaning of like, this is for my friend that passed, but she chooses to get it.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah. I mean, what if the tattoo was referring to his sex life with a past partner and she got that on her? Like, how silly would that be?
Oh my God.
You know, like that's ridiculous. Especially for someone, if she was like a tattoo fanatic, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Some people just don't look at it that way. She didn't even have tattoos before. She had a little anklet tattoo like that. No. Yeah, we got to get some help in on that one.
Well, we have an update.
Oh.
First post was removed, but it was about how my girlfriend got a tattoo of a tree, and on the branches were copies of some of my tattoos. A couple that were very personal, memorial piece for a friend, and drawn by my kid. I thought I had been very clear about not wanting anything serious. Quick update. We broke up. I tried to stick it out, but the tattoo was too much of a turnoff, and I just didn't find her attractive anymore. Which is the opposite of what she had intended with it. The breakup went about as expected. She completely lost it, and yes, she was mad because she thought it would lead to something more serious eventually. My artist agreed to finish the piece for her, and he will cover up the bits that match my tattoos. It should be very easy since there wasn't any shading done yet. I'm glad she agreed to see him because now her tattoo has a chance of looking decent, and I can be certain that it will be properly covered up. I tried to get her to explain to me why she thought it was a good idea, but all she kept saying was that she truly believed that I would like it, and she thought it would help move our relationship to the next level. I told her that she should see a therapist, and she told me to fuck off. So there you have it. I mean, I'm really curious. I wish I had a voice note of how you said it because, like, you should see a therapist.
Yeah, you can't really say that to people.
Not in a situation like this. Like,
yeah.
I think it's
that
implied.
it can come off very offensive if you don't say it correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be delicate if you actually really are saying that with the good of your heart.
Exactly. But moving along.
I'm like actually now kind of laughing at the idea. Like if somebody were to be like, hey, Lauren, I'm going to break up with you and you should seek therapy. I would be like, I'll go
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like when someone throws it in your face like that, it's not going to be well received. And it feels like a dig where it's like, you're just kind of degrading me in a moment where I'm already getting shitted on. Like you're breaking up with me, which, hey, rightfully so. I realized what I did was wrong and it was a bit much. Came on too strong, too fast, too soon, whatever.
Yeah.
But also like, you don't need to throw it in my face. Like I think I kind of can read between the lines here. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Not everyone can.
Yeah. I mean, maybe now that you guys are broken up, maybe let one of her friends or family members suggest that. But
True.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of OP in general, so
no, it's written.
I do like that OP says that he is a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a plus.
Yay.
But yeah, maybe just like don't date right now and focus on being a good dad, and that's that.
If you want something actually casual, make it actually casual.
Literally.
Like, don't string someone along.
Yeah.
But okay, moving along. Okay, now it is time for a very special segment this episode.
I don't even know.
I know, I'm surprising you.
Oh.
I'm really excited for this.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a test of how well we know each other.
Oh.
I know.
Okay. I'm nervous.
I'm so scared. It's going to be good. So we have a new segment. It's a Freakier Take, which is sponsored by Disney's Freakier Friday.
Oh my God. You guys, I'm freaking out. I was in the movie theater the other day and the ad for it came, or the trailer came on, and I literally was like, I was losing my mind. I almost watched that movie the other day because I was just thinking like Freaky Friday, it just slaps. It's so good. And I can't believe that they have the same cast. I'm literally going to throw up thinking about it. I'm so happy.
As you mentioned, Lauren, same cast. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back.
Oh, you're forgetting about Chad.
And this time, the whole family is switching. It's wilder, weirder, and more heartwarming than ever. So in the spirit of total chaos, we found a thread that is giving major Freakier Friday energy.
Loving this.
And let me explain why. So this next one, Lauren, we are going to be swapping places in our takes.
Oh my God.
I get to be you, and you get to be me.
I can't believe you have a Freaky Friday ad. That's such a flex.
Okay, so this one is titled, Am I Wrong for Telling My Mom She Can't Tell Everyone I'm Pregnant? I'm 17 weeks pregnant, and my mom wants to tell everybody. I told her no. For some context, I don't care if people know, but my mom has always been the type to tell all of my business to everyone. When I first got pregnant, I asked her not to tell anyone yet because it was just too early. I went to church and she had told everyone already. She has always been the type of person to tell everyone about me, even the things which are obviously personal to me. She is not good at boundaries in any way, even when I repeat them to the point where I have to dismiss myself from conversations. My main goal is to get her to understand my boundaries, and one of them is that I do not like people to know everything about me, especially things I'm not comfortable sharing. There are things I do tell my mom that it's okay to share, but this is one of the things I told her I'm not comfortable with yet. Also to add, she talks to several people who I'm not big fans of. They overstep boundaries also and are not respectful to her or I. So, am I wrong?
No.
How would I respond, Lauren?
If I were Morgan, I would answer this kind of in a pragmatic way where it's just, you are your own person. Your mom's your own person. You're definitely not wrong. There needs to be boundaries, and sometimes family members push those boundaries. But if this were a friend, you would probably cut the friend off and stop telling them things.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to kind of enforce those boundaries with your mom because it's not the way that you want to live your life. You are two separate people, and it sounds like your mom is looking at you as an extension of herself and feeling very confident and comfortable sharing your information as if it's her own to share. And that needs to change.
Okay, well, I don't even know if I would have been that good. That was that was really good, Lauren. I totally would have said information diet. Like, I feel like I would have totally said that too. I would have been like, you need to put your mom on a little bit of an information diet. That was really good. Okay, the bar is set high. Okay, if I were Lauren always comes from such a empathetic, well thought out place in her takes. And you really do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I would say this. Did your mom cross a boundary? Yes. Is it okay? No. And you definitely need to just choose you and what's best for your mental health and your pregnancy, because you are doing such a big, amazing thing right now of like growing this little human inside of you. But at the same time, you know, maybe your mom just got way too excited and kind of lost herself in this news, especially if this is her first grandbaby. So, you know, is it okay? No. Going forward, I think try not to share as much with her, but, you know, maybe a little bit more grace in this one and just focus on you and the baby and just enjoying the rest of your pregnancy. Forget the haters.
Softy.
What would you say? What would you, if you have anything to add?
That was pretty good.
Okay,
I just think that there was a couple things that you were a little too nice.
Oh.
But I do have moments like that.
You like a devil's advocate from time to time.
And sometimes I do with stories get a little bit in the weeds of let's like look at it and flip it around and see it from a different perspective. So I definitely, there was things you were saying that I heard in me. and then there was moments where I'm like, no. I'm like, turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. But no, that was pretty good.
Okay, thank you. What else do you have to add? How do you want to turn it up?
I'll add some of what I said for you.
Oh my God, I love it. That honestly, that gave me so much stress trying to be in your shoes.
Right?
That was so stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, if that gave you secondhand stress, imagine going through it in your mom's body. Like, imagine a fight you've had with your mom recently. Imagine flipping places.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah.
But hey, perfect summer event for the whole family. Disney's Freakier Friday hits theaters August 8th. Get your tickets now. Rated PG.
If I switch with my mom, would I also have her like mental strength?
I think no.
No,
you
it's
just have her body.
Her body. Okay.
And then have to like have her problems because everyone thinks you're your mom.
Yeah. Okay. I think it'd be fun to switch to my mom for a day, just hang out with all of her friends and.
Yeah, your mom goes cold plunging. She just like has like these crazy adventures.
Yeah, she has a good time with a bunch of good people around her. So
it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
I could say the same thing. My mom is just like a little go-getter, hardworking, driven, just a free spirit, a little out there.
Yeah.
We drive each other crazy. Kind of like these two in this movie. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was fun.
I'm very, very excited about this movie coming out.
Me too. We can go see it together.
I'm down.
We can do a little date night.
What's the date?
Hits theaters August 8th, baby.
Oh my God. Yes.
August 8th.
I get so sad when I learn about movies like a year in advance.
No, this one's just around the corner for us.
So happy.
August 8th. Okay, moving along to our next one. Okay, this next one is coming from r/relationship advice. At the time I found it, it was only 17 minutes old, and I don't want to refresh it to find out what it is now in case it's gone.
Oh God, yeah.
Because it seems like it's going to be really good. I've only read the title, and based on that, I'm like, that's definitely a choice.
Okay.
So this one is titled, Is It Unhealthy That Me, 21 female, and my partner, 21 male, spar when we're angry?
Spar?
It's like fake fight. If you're trained in like karate or taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, like when you fight.
Speaking of Lindsay Lohan, I just watched Parent Trap the other day, and what I was picturing was them fencing.
That could be sparring.
That would be kind of an awesome way to handle an argument with a partner.
Well, let's find out some more.
Fencing.
The title basically says it. But my boyfriend and I, when we get into arguments, put on gear and spar it out.
Wow.
We are both into martial arts, gym, and hotheads. We are the type to release stress through physical activity like the gym, sex, etc. Lately, we've been getting through some major growing pains, and verbal arguments have ensued. A few months ago, we got into a really bad argument, which resulted in both of us going to the gym and hitting the bag. I punched it until my knuckles almost bled.
Oh.
I was so upset. Not necessarily at him, but more at myself for how I dealt with the situation. After that, he asked me if it would make me feel better to try and hit him. So, we began sparring. At first, it was mostly me just putting on gloves, trying to hit him, and he just practiced dodging. He's nearly a foot taller than me. I'm petite and quite light, so it's virtually impossible for me to hurt him. Over the course of the few months, we have evolved it into full-on matches in our living room until one of us calls it quits. When he hits me, he usually purposefully lets up a bit and doesn't hit me with full force. Of course, we do it in full gear, pads, gloves, etc., so no one gets hurt. It's fun, we flirt while we do it, it's not unrelenting rage, but more like, I'm gonna wipe that stupid smirk off your face if it's the last thing I do today. By the time one of us is on the floor, we are so physically exhausted we cannot possibly argue anymore. We don't resolve all arguments like this, maybe 10 to 15%, and we both ask if the other is interested before engaging. Quote, I literally feel like screaming at you. Can we go at it a bit? A couple of my friends think it's really bad that we are essentially resolving arguments by hitting each other, borderline abuse to them. Is this just going to lead into physical abuse, or is this just an unconventional, but not bad, way of dealing with anger?
Okay. This is a new one.
This is a very unique problem.
Just when I started to wonder if we were just going to get repeat stories at this point. No, there's always something out there. I'm going to go with stop doing that.
Option A, stop.
Yeah. I get the logic behind it. Like, I don't think you guys are crazy for testing this out, specifically with the background of that this is what you guys do in general to release stress. It's how you work out. And so I get how that kind of, you guys fell into trying that out. But like, you're treading a very dangerous line and
it feels like it.
Very dangerous territory. And I just think that there's a lot of room for a mistake to happen there when you start having a muscle memory of throwing your fists at the person you're dating because you're upset with them. Like, that is building something that I just don't think should be a go-to.
I agree. And we've talked so much about brain chemistry. Like, I'm sure maybe a neuroscientist in our community could chime in and be like, even from a neuro standpoint, like, that is just like confirming these like muscle memory, but also these like pathways, these neural pathways in the brain that like, this is how you solve conflict, is through fighting this high adrenaline, crazy heightened thing versus like, we're going to be rational, calm, and use our words. Like, it doesn't seem super healthy, especially given that it's not in the gym.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
them
I don't like that living room stuff
going
at
to
all.
the gym, putting on their equipment, being in a place that is mats, padded, safe
and
for
witnesses
and other people.
Yeah.
You're doing this in your home. Do you like push all the furniture and then you're like, let's fucking go?
Yeah.
And also like the whole like, I'm going to wipe that smirk off your face. Like, that doesn't even sound healthy.
That's not a good example. I didn't
That's
like
a bad
that.
example.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
Yeah, that was like used as if it was supposed to lighten it up.
No.
And it's like,
like you want to punish your partner in this fight. and make them like submit to you, like, oh, tap out. We go until one of us taps out. It's likely you. He's bigger than you.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I'm like, if it was like two people that were the same size, like maybe a little less concerning, but still pretty equally as concerning.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys are also like on such a different level of strength and that one could really hurt the other one more than the other.
Yeah.
It's just not a good idea,
This
guys.
is unhinged to me.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, if anyone out there has ever like play wrestled with their partner. Like, I feel like at least once in your life you might have tried that, or like you try to tickle your partner and then they kind of like, no, don't tickle me. Like, there's that. But it also feels like these two are very trained in martial arts and they're using this skill and this, like, I know like some people might laugh when I say weapon, but like if you get to a certain level in martial arts,
of
like
course.
you are a weapon.
100%.
And it's like you're using this against your partner. And also, how are you solving the argument? You're not even like working through the problem. You're just kicking each other's asses.
Exactly. You're just getting out energy and you're not even solving the problem.
I'm so bewildered.
Yeah.
So there are only, at this point in time, 3 comments on this post. It's 2 days old now. I did refresh.
Okay, I was going to
It's still there. Top comment, whatever floats your boat, if it helps in your relationship, who are we to say it's wrong?
Me.
And me.
I am.
Next comment, I am intrigued by this approach. I think if you have rules around it, both have to consent, using gear, having a safe word to indicate it's time to stop, I can't see a problem with it. To be honest, it sounds kind of refreshing.
Whatever, guys.
Last but not least comment. Wow, I never heard of someone doing this with their partner, and crazy's thing that it's actually working too. My God, LOL.
Okay, but how is it working? Because you guys keep fighting. Even like take away the actual physical aspect of it. It sounds like you guys are getting into arguments a lot. And so even that in itself, you should take a beat and be like, wait, where are we going so wrong that we literally feel like we have to get in physical altercations safely this often? And then almost it's like, are you guys going to start training yourselves? If you like that, are you going to start training yourselves to get in arguments so that you guys can fight it out?
Oh my God,
for
true.
fun. Like, I don't know. I just don't.
Where does it stop?
Where does it?
Yeah. What's the line?
And like, I mean, sure, with these comments, it's like, yeah, if you guys genuinely are staying safe, if it floats your boat, if that's what makes you guys happy, like whatever, do you guys. But like, I think again that you're asking the question, and my honest opinion is that you're like treading dangerous water.
I think so.
Is that a phrase?
Treading dangerous water. I feel like it is.
Let's make it if it's not.
Taking a note from my book.
Literally.
We're still in the swapped mode.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't a bad thing necessarily either to do as a couple. But again, in the gym and like, hey, Friday nights, date night, let's go spar.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could turn them on. It could be fun for them. But like using it to solve a relationship problem seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I need a relationship therapist. Like, is this normal and we just don't understand the fight scene? Like, what happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club? Like, are we just not equipped? Is this out of our depth?
I mean,
I think so clearly, but like, you know?
I think that if they were to keep it in the gym, I would be a little more open to the idea. But like, your neighbors are going to call the police on you guys.
Okay, I was wondering about that. Can you imagine, like, here, we're literally sitting in the studio recording and someone above us is like walking and the floors are so creaky. But can you imagine all of a sudden above us, you just hear like, bam, bam, and like the lights are rocking and it's like, what are they doing up there? Like, that's brutal to put your neighbors through.
Yeah. I just think that like, what if it gets to be a really bad fight and like he loses himself in it and like makes a mistake, accidentally tries to punch air and punches your face. Cops get called because it's really loud. The cops see that your partner has a black eye and busted face and you guys, and she has to be like, no, it was an accident. Oh, okay. He's going to jail. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they are running that risk.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't like the setup of it at all. But again, if you guys are happy with it, sure. But like, if you're asking my honest opinion, I'm not going to recommend it.
No. We don't have any comments or updates from OP. This account, however, is 5 years old. It is a part of the 5-year club, has a verified email, has unlocked quite a few different Reddit achievements. So it's giving real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is just exhausting. And that's the other thing about this. It just sounds exhausting. But I'm not into fighting. So I'm not the target solve relationship conflicts through fighting audience, I guess. Won't be me.
I feel you.
Okay, moving on to this next one. This is coming from Am I the Asshole? It is titled, Am I the Asshole for telling my father-in-law he can't hump the floor at my house or in my presence? Crazy title, and I wish it wasn't true. But here we are. Unfortunately, I'm asking because I'm possibly in a state of being gaslit, or I actually can't take a joke and I can't see it. My father-in-law, late 50s, is known for being very playful. Goofy, some would even say. Well, him, my mother-in-law, late 50s, and 3 sibling in-laws, 20 male, 27 male, 28 female, came to stay with my husband and I at our house. 28 female, 30 male, and I to see our new baby, 7 months. We put the little one to bed, and we were all in the living room area hanging out, doing stretches, just casually talking, when father-in-law decided it would be a funny time to start humping the ground out of nowhere. And unfortunately, it was directly in front of me, not mother-in-law. Mother-in-law and I looked at each other in shock, while his children all laughed and chuckled. Father-in-law made it clear that the gesture was meant for his wife, despite it being directly in front of me, with eye contact.
Ew.
So we dropped it. The night passed, they left town, and after a few days of not being able to shake the image in my head, I decided to talk with my husband about how uncomfortable it made me, along with other sexual jokes he makes about all of us, being married, etc. There's been this big divide now on how I'm always ruining the fun, how it was just a joke and not a sexual gesture, and how I'll always find a problem when my husband's family is in town. His family thinks this. However, when I speak with my mom, sister, cousins, and anyone on my side of the world, they see his jokes and gesture as totally inappropriate. My father-in-law tried to make the point that I've done TikTok dances in his home with the other siblings-in-law and my husband, and he's never felt uncomfortable because he knows they're harmless, and that it's not fair for me to judge him about this versus knowing his intent, which was just to make it a joke. My point is, even though I'm not on TikTok and don't post videos, everything I've done is postable. Him stroking the ground is not. My husband got mad at me for not seeing it as a joke, and so did the other married siblings who were in the room that were raised by father-in-law. So am I the asshole for saying that my father-in-law humping the floor in my home and presence made me uncomfortable and drawing that boundary? I genuinely would appreciate feedback because I plan to have another conversation soon, and I want to know that I'm coming into the conversation grounded in reality.
I mean, my first thought is, no, you're not the asshole. That's so weird. And the eye contact, like, no, that's so messed up.
Humping the ground. So how are we humping?
That's exactly
number one.
That actually, that will change things for me, because if he's just doing like the worm, like let's say he's doing the worm and she thinks that's humping.
Oh my God, that thought, like I'm envisioning only sexual humping motions.
Yeah,
but
same.
if he's actually doing the worm
Right.
and calling it humping.
Right.
Oh my God, we need to know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because at first I was like, this is a no-brainer. But then I was like,
so
well,
smart.
what's her definition of humping?
Because,
Like, is he, because if the entire rest of his family is like not even fazed by it, then it's like,
you know,
is he really actually humping, or is he trying to do a dance move? Because he's comparing it to her having dance moves that are like quote unquote sexual. And
oh my God. I wonder if it was actually the worm. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll see if we have any comments from OP. I was fully envisioning like dog humping. That's like the only thing that came to mind for me. And then I'm like, if he's making eye contact with her and like pretending like he's a little dog humping a pillow or like, you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah.
Like that's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
Like,
Ew.
and he's looking at her,
Yeah.
but it's meant for his wife, even though he's looking at her. Like,
yeah.
if my father-in-law ever,
I was picturing him like a push-up, but in position and then like banging
Like a
himself. Yeah,
like a missionary pump.
Yeah.
Okay. I also, for some reason, had the little image of like a chihuahua humping a leg.
Okay.
And I was like, if he went up and was like anywhere near her leg, then like game over.
Oh, no.
But like the context of the hump definitely matters.
Yes, I agree.
Oh my God. Okay. I am like beyond curious.
Yeah.
So this is somewhat recently. This post is only a month old. Top comment on it. Can your husband explain the joke to you and his mother, Ken father-in-law? Because I don't get it either. Just straight up gross. OP responds, this is a good point, and I'm wondering if I should actually ask to see what the response is. Next comment down, exactly. Say you don't get it. Ask him to explain why it's funny. I'm betting his answer, if he manages to come up with one, will be, it just is. Your response to that should be, quote, but why is it? I just don't get it. Keep asking. Next comment, as a person who loves comedy and hates bad comedy, this is the way. This is my normal go-to when people say racist or sexist jokes to me. Usually leaves them stammering.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about that quite a bit on past episodes. Like, if you ever get anyone kind of saying an inappropriate joke to you, just be like, I don't get it. Like, what, can you explain that?
Yeah.
I want to laugh with you. Like, explain your joke. The next comment I see that's like very awarded yellow box says this. And then the next time you're at dinner with a non-family or friend, bring it up. Oh, honey, you have to tell them about that hilarious thing your dad did and then make him explain it. That way, a third non-biased party can explain that it's inappropriate and not normal. Or he just won't do it because he absolutely knows it's not normal and is just excusing his shitty, creepy-ass behavior to not rock the boat.
I don't think that would work because he already knows how she feels about it. They've gotten in an argument over it. And so if she were to say that in a group of people, he would be like, okay, like drop it. Like, can you knock it off?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, honey, say that hilarious thing. You know what I mean? He'd be like, can you not, with that like sarcasm? So I actually don't feel like that would like get like a genuine. Yeah.
No, and like to be quite clear, everyone, like not the asshole. Extremely weird, inappropriate, especially given the eye contact.
Yeah.
Which, as you're asking them to explain that joke, ask them, and why did you make eye contact with me?
Yeah.
And not your wife? Why were you humping the ground looking at me?
Yeah. No, like if it's the way that she's describing it, it's really, really inappropriate. But the thing that's tripping me up is the fact that the whole family doesn't, that there's no one from the family that's just like, yeah, he does that all the time. It pisses me off too.
There's a comment here. Not the asshole. Your in-laws are weird for enabling this behavior. Your husband is weird for getting upset you didn't get the joke. What the fuck? His father made you uncomfortable. I'd be sick to my stomach if I saw my father-in-law do that. And your husband's reaction is to get upset with you instead of address it with his dad. Gross. All around gross. And I would say like that is a huge issue in this. Your husband not siding with you. Gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if it was meant to be a joke, okay, let's pretend. I don't think so. But you're telling your husband, I feel really uncomfortable by that. Your dad made me feel uncomfortable. Can we please have a boundary where there's no humping on the ground again, in front of me especially? I just don't want to feel that uncomfortable again. And instead of your husband being like, I'm sorry you feel uncomfortable, I'll make sure I talk to my dad, totally hear you, it's, no, you're wrong. It's a joke. It's funny. You're the problem. You always ruin. Every time my family comes over, you always ruin the vibe. You always
he did say that, didn't
find
he?
a reason to be pissed about something.
Yeah.
That really irked me. And I want to bring that up in the post. The line here, I'm always ruining the fun, how it was just a joke and not sexual, and how I'll always find a problem when my husband's family is in town.
Okay, so they're saying it wasn't sexual. That's what makes me think that, like, is it the worm? I need to know this. I just need to know.
Okay, so let's look at comments.
Because how is humping not sexual unless it was genuinely a dance move?
I'm loading all the comments and I'm going to search the word worm. There are so many comments from OP. Looking like a real account, OP is a part of the 1 Year Club on Reddit. So it's looking real. A post on the account from 2 years ago is titled, "Am I the asshole for telling my husband it's time to cut ties with his childhood best friend?" So, kind of seeming like issues pop up with hubby and like communication and maybe bad influences and inappropriate behavior. Okay, there is no word worm found.
Damn
so
it.
OP has not responded to clarify that this is definitely not the worm. With that being said, I'm going to assume it is humping. There's so many comments from OP. I feel like maybe no one's asking the question though. Maybe I'll send a chat. But it's like I would think a grown person knows the difference between the worm and humping.
Not everyone.
Well, also, like, you know the Magic Mike move?
Yeah.
That's kind of a version of the worm.
Yeah, it's like a humping worm.
It's like a missionary pump, but a worm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hannah Burners does such a good worm. Hannah Burners is not sexual. So I'm like, I almost want to send her a clip of Hannah and be like, was it this or was it Magic Mike version?
Yeah. But like at the same time, I think, I don't know, if she's posting that in her own Reddit account that she's making him cut off a relationship with his childhood friend, I'm starting to feel like you really shouldn't be in relationships where you're like alienating somebody from all of the people that they're with. Because
I totally get what boat you're going on.
Yeah, it's like, then they're probably not your person too. And if you have to tell them to continue to cut out people from their life and give them ultimatums, you know, not even just helping them support them, creating healthy boundaries with everyone. But if you're like, no, he needs to cut this person off. No, he needs to like, you know, his family, like all this stuff, then it's just like, maybe you guys aren't a match, to be honest.
Well, okay, so that one comment I read, not the asshole, your in-laws are weird for enabling this behavior, your husband's also weird. OP does respond to that. I agree that the whole family is weird, husband included. It definitely has made me wonder if something happened in the home that makes it seem normal.
Yeah.
Someone responds, why did you have a baby with someone before you examined these questions?
Yeah.
OP goes, this is my favorite question because never in a million years would I thought I needed to ask, does your dad hump floors and is this funny to you? Never. I'm just as shocked. Truthfully, what makes this even worse is that we're a very religious community. He's an elder, deacon in the church. We're all churchgoers, worship leaders, musicians, all the things. So I had absolutely no reason to think this would have ever come up until it did.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that. You can think you know someone through and through, and then, you know, they can end up not even being attracted to your gender. Like, you know, I mean, like shit happens. Like I get that. But where we're at right now is like, it sounds like you don't really respect your husband and his family. And it sounds like he doesn't really respect you and your values and your boundaries of, you know, and in your own home. You guys can't agree on what, you know, boundaries you want to set about your own home. Like he should have just been like, you know, it's a joke that my dad does. But if you feel uncomfortable with it in our house, like I can set that boundary with him. I can't force him to change and act a certain way. So if we're in their home and he does it, I can't like force him not to do whatever. But like in our home, I can tell him he's going to be kicked out if he does that. I can set that boundary, you know, and I think it just shows that they're not a united front. They both think each other are weird and don't respect each other. So it's just one of those things where it's like, whether the dad was doing the worm or whether the dad was humping, and there's like a lot more to that's questionable. It's just starting to sound like you guys might not be as compatible as you might have thought. So maybe look into that and not focus so much on the dad's action, but what you guys are. Because that's where the real, that's what matters. That's where the real issue or non-issue exists. So figure that out and then discuss the worm the humping.
It's humping.
I don't know why I want it to be the worm. I just I
just want one glimmer of hope today.
Yeah.
Between all these stories. Just let it be the worm. I also don't want this to come across like, oh, we're invalidating her experience or we're doubting her story. It's just I'm just genuinely curious. I believe her, but I'm curious.
Well, I mean, she's asking, she's tell me the truth. And then she starts it off being be honest with me. Am I being over the top with this, or do you think I'm in the right?
No.
So my point in saying this is that she's genuinely asking a question. If she were to write in and be I'm traumatized, I feel violated, I'm seeking emotional support, then my answer would be so different. But she's coming in here being guys, can you help me out here?
Am I the asshole?
Yeah, am I the asshole for thinking this is not a joke? And so
no, and it would be one of those things where it's info.
Yeah.
Info. Are you sure this wasn't the worm? If not the worm, no, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's my Spark Notes.
There you go.
TLDR.
There you go. Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. I mean, and some people might think, like you said, Magic Mike, humping worm. It's some people might also think that view the worm on the same category, so they don't care about the differentiation. You know what I mean? So it your feelings, your experience, it is what it is. If you feel uncomfortable about it, you don't need us to tell you if it's okay or not. You feel uncomfortable, and that's the end of the story.
Mic drop right there, Lauren.
Yeah, and if you and your husband can't get on the same page with it, or setting some type of boundary, making sure you both feel comfortable, then you guys got to look into what you're doing in your relationship
and what the future holds.
Yeah, and I'm not saying jump to divorce, but that's where the problem lies. It's you guys got to figure that out.
Well,
we have an update.
We have an update.
Oh, you guys, last time we recorded,
we have no updates. Last time,
we had none. There was no updates, and so I keep getting code switching, and I just think that we're kind of wrapping it up. So sometimes I ramble on a little bit more than usual, and then when you say update, I feel bad that I rambled so long. But let's go.
Let's go. All caps. All aboard for the Hot Mess Express. Firstly, thank you to all the responses. I genuinely appreciate the kind, blunt, informative, funny, and not so nice comments because truly, I was looking for all perspectives. It felt reassuring to see that the majority, not all, of you felt like it was, in fact, inappropriate, gross, weird, odd, sick, and especially having folks that aren't like me, religious, jokesters, etc., still see the behavior as not the best. This is a 24-hour update. So the reason I followed up with my father-in-law and mother-in-law wasn't because my father-in-law never apologized. He did. Reluctantly, but he did. I followed up with them because of one particular event that happened on the first phone call when my husband, yes, although mad at me, told them that I was uncomfortable. My father-in-law's immediate response to my husband and I saying that I was uncomfortable was that he, father-in-law, was uncomfortable with the fact that I was uncomfortable and that this all made him feel bad because it's not fair that I was uncomfortable. He apologized, and truly it could have stopped right there because he's truly entitled to his feelings. But it didn't stop there. It got back to me that he was telling the other in-laws, siblings, how I couldn't have fun, I ruined the fun when they're around, he's uncomfortable because I'm looking at him like that, and that it hurts because I don't know him better, etc., etc., etc. Stuff came back up about the TikTok dances and how there was room for interpretation regarding them being inappropriate. Let me clear one thing up. Imagine dances like Millie Rock, Shoot, Dougie, 2000s hip-hop. Imagine church dances that you see in African American culture, since we're religious, like shouting, praising. That. There was no twerking, jiving, or gyrating. There were maybe 6, max 8 videos, and half of them were religious-oriented. Nothing seductive, fully clothed, very appropriate. And actually, there hasn't been a video of me dancing, nor have I danced there in maybe the last 2 to 3 years. So let's just place that there. Okay, him feeling upset wasn't a problem. It was the talking to the in-laws and word getting back to me and me being questioned about why I can't just enjoy the moments and the jokes. It was the, quote, why can't you be happy around them? I explained that our beliefs and values don't align to my brother-in-law, which is who came to me. But for me, this meant one thing clearly. I can't say, quote, I'm uncomfortable, and that simply be received. All the side talk, brother-in-law confirmed, showed me one thing. There clearly was tension and ill things being spoken, so my husband suggested I speak with my in-laws versus immediately separating myself. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Let's just talk it out and see. How did that conversation go? As you would expect. Terrible. My in-laws were incredibly irate and yelled the majority of the time. The part that hurt them the most was me talking to my mother, who's also a part of the church community. Talking to her meant that I, in their words, exposed him. And now she sees father-in-law in a different light, their words. One part of the conversation sounded like this. Father-in-law, how would you feel if I told your folks you prostitute? Me, I would feel like that's a lie.
Oh, God.
Father-in-law, exactly. That's how I feel. Me, except I didn't lie about anything. I just told my mom the facts and how it made me feel. Mother-in-law, well, OP doesn't feel like she lied, so she doesn't understand. Me, where was the lie? I only told them the facts. Father-in-law, but OP, you made me look bad. Mother-in-law, yeah, OP, you've now shown him in a different light, and that doesn't show his character. He has a good heart. A lot of our conversation sounded like that. I'm also realizing a lot of the conversation was rooted in bullying. Some comments sounded like, we can joke with all our married friends and married children about sexual conversation, but we can't do that with you. We can't make any jokes around you, so I guess we probably need to be careful with how we talk.
Okay, I thought that he said that it wasn't sexual. So now he's saying we get to make sexual jokes around our other friends.
Uh-huh.
So now it sounds like it was.
The tune is switching.
Yeah.
It's a hump. We just can't make any jokes around you, so I guess we probably need to be careful with how we talk. I don't know how I'll act around you now. Mother-in-law. I told them I wasn't safe to talk to mother-in-law because of what I'm seeing in real time with the conversation we were having. Reddit readers, when I say it was a bunch of yelling and insulting, saying, don't be dumb, what you did is bad, etc., I'm not kidding. I told them, quote, in the future, I hope the in-laws, their children's spouses, can come to them when something makes them uncomfortable and it be received. They said, quote, aren't you being received now? And I said, quote, no, I'm being met with screaming, insults, threats of being cut off, and that this is emotionally unsafe. I said that even with expressing myself, father-in-law is only getting angrier. He agreed. He explained that he's the adult and that I should listen, and that's my problem. I shouldn't have talked to anyone. It made him look bad. He said that he doesn't want to talk to me and will move differently with me. He no longer wants to come over to our house. Thank the heavens. He yelled these things, and when I asked him to stop yelling, he said, no, I'm mad. When I asked if he could stop insulting, he said, no, maybe we don't need to talk. I said, you're right. We don't if we can't respect each other. He said, OP, you need to respect me. I said, grab control. He said, you grab control. We ended the call with him repeating, leave me alone, and crying very hard while yelling. I'm not kidding. Now, let me say this. I've never raised my voice, insulted, or overtalked anyone because I've seen this with my other sister-in-law, married into the family like me. It's easy to feel provoked and get into a screaming match. But when you're cool as a cucumber emotionally, that sends them over the edge. And that's what happened. Yeah. And fortunately, I documented the conversation for proof.
Oh, wow.
There is a lot more. A lot of it is just explanation to other things. If you want to read it, it will be linked in the description. But we are going to get into the last update we have, because there's another one after this. This last update is coming almost a month after the original post. New update. Yikes, I know. Well, I'm sort of in a pickle about this one because my husband and I have been wrestling with this issue for a little over a month now. After debates regarding everything that happened with his dad in our home, he spoke with his folks. He said he cleared up what happened. Not really, but he talked to them and expressed that they can't joke around everyone, especially if you don't know a person's history or if they'll see it as a joke. Fair. After the insults, yelling, alienation, and gossiping, he talked to them and things settled on their end. Supposedly. But no one followed up with me. No apologies, no remorse, no takebacks, nothing. Just an, I've talked with them. They're old and set in their ways. This issue is over. Here's where the problem lies. This issue has truly impacted my marriage. I've been so angry with my husband for not having my back, for not standing up for me, for letting them talk to me however they did. I've questioned his ability to speak up in the face of wrong. I've called him a coward. I've questioned whether being married into this family is even worth it. But what cooked the goose was me saying his dad had predatorial behaviors. I gave him examples like when he sees young college-age girls on TVs and calls them his girlfriend, or openly, in front of his wife, daughters, daughter-in-law, adult children, comments on other women on TV, or when he makes sexual jokes, gestures, etc. How his circles include men who have been exposed for sexual crimes.
Oh God, you should have started there. Why didn't you just literally start there?
I've noticed the dad has a soft spot for men with these kind of crimes under their belt, and I don't know.
Oh my God.
An alarm just goes off for me.
Well, yeah.
Maybe I've been enraged and spoke in anger. Maybe I spoke what I've been thinking for years. Nonetheless, my husband is beyond hurt. Silent treatment, avoiding me, only will argue, snappy, mad. So was I the asshole, or am I missing something? Not the asshole, not missing anything, divorce.
Yeah.
This is not worth being married into. You have a child now that you need to
Oh God, I forgot.
look out for. And maybe there is some shit that went down. Maybe there is some shit that this goes real deep.
Yeah. That like added context. It's like,
Why? Like, girl, give me that in the original.
No, I know. I wish she would have started with that because like that.
We wouldn't have even questioned the worm.
Exactly. That's.
You can only go with what you got.
Yeah.
I think this is divorce worthy at this point. This is just not worth it.
No update about just saying, okay.
No update about the update.
What was the last update?
Comments were locked on that update. We don't really have any comments after that from OP. Nothing on the account. But again, there were a lot of comments on the other ones and a lot of clarifying questions and just a lot to go through. I mean, you could scroll for at least 73 seconds for how many comments there are. It's just going.
Where'd you come up with that number?
I don't know. Seemed appropriate.
73 seconds.
Yeah, that's a doozy though. That is a doozy. Ooh. Give him the D. Give him the D, divorce. But that's all I got for this theme.
Okay.
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 I don't know how I feel.
What's wrong?
I don't know. It was just like, that was such a crazy way to end it. I don't like it.
Well, I think it's because usually when we end, we kind of are like, okay, we got to wrap it up. We keep talking. But this one was kind of like the last update kind of silenced us a little bit. We were just like, oh, shit.
I know. Should we get into that short one you sent me?
Which one?
Cancer one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's end it on that.
Okay.
It just doesn't feel right otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, Lauren, you found it. You can read it.
It's really short. This one is coming from AITAH, and it is 9 hours old.
You found a fresh one.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for hating the other woman my husband fell in love with while she had cancer? My husband, 35 male, soon to be ex-husband, is a doctor. I, 32 female, married him 6 years ago. There is a woman, 41 female, who was a patient at a hospital he used to work.
What? No. No.
She wasn't a patient while he worked there, and he was never her doctor. When he met her, she was suffering from cancer. She's in remission now. They fell in love while she was sick, and he's leaving me for her. I feel like I'm not allowed to hate her. Most of my own family isn't pissed at him. My sister, 28 female, is the worst as she talks about the situation like such a romantic event. I'm happy this woman is healthy now. I want her to live a long, happy life. I don't wish ill will on her, but I hate her.
I mean, understandable. She's still your husband.
I partially love and partially hate my husband. I feel guilty for hating her. Am I the asshole?
Okay, I need the context though of how they did meet.
So I skimmed this, and when I saw that he was the doctor, I just immediately assumed that she was his patient.
That's what I assumed.
Right.
First line. But also how did you meet then?
Yeah.
Weren't her doctor, but met when she was sick. So how did you meet?
Yeah.
What? Do you have any comments from OP?
Well, I'm almost wondering, is she covering for him because how illegal it is to date your own patients, and she still partially loves him, as she said?
I wonder if she's covering, because how else did they meet with her being sick?
Right. It's just a confusing way to...
I know. It feels fishy.
Because I was
feeling fishy.
Because specifically when the sister says it's such a romantic event.
Why is it romantic?
Right.
How did they meet?
Was he the doctor and she was sick, thought she was going to die. He got really close with her, got to know her, and then they fell in love.
I'm so perplexed. Okay. Top comment, and then are there any comments from OP? Is there any clarifying info on here? Because I'm sure everyone is in the same boat as us, just
what's
confused and hey, we need a little bit more info.
Yeah. And the top comment is just curious, if she was not a patient when he worked there, then how did they even meet?
Yes.
Not the asshole though. And then someone responded, they definitely met at the hospital. You can't trust the words of a cheater. He would say anything to save his job and prove what he did was ethical.
Exactly. He's a doctor.
Yes.
He's not going to throw away, 8, 12 years of school to
be honest.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to lie.
Yeah.
We didn't meet. I wasn't working there yet. How else did you meet?
Yeah. And somebody goes, first thought, he's totally her doctor and trying to protect his career. Someone goes, cancer patients are often going through their treatment in a shared room with multiple people that have different doctors. While you might be right, it's very easy to meet another doctor in those rooms. During her chemotherapy, my grandmother made 2 friends that weren't her doctors, but doctors of other people in the room that stopped for a chat after setting up their patient.
Yeah.
Someone else goes, same thing with my mother.
Which makes sense, but it still feels a little, well, it's definitely slimy because he had a wife and he cheated, but it still feels kind of like a weird, professional thing where it's that's still a patient at your hospital. And then he tried to lie and he was I wasn't working there yet. I wasn't working at that hospital yet. But it's then how did you meet her?
Yeah.
Are you going to cancer support groups, volunteering your time? How did you meet?
Oh, no, 100%. It's people. Some of the comments, I didn't even know that they could. There's a lot of comments. This is actually even more of a top comment. I don't know why it's farther down. Has even more upvotes.
Reddit's, I feel like the way comments are organized has changed lately.
But
and
yeah.
I know you can change how you organize your comments, but it just, something's up.
But yeah, someone goes, fuck that bitch. You are entitled to have feelings and tell your sister to shut the fuck up. That has 5.2 thousand upvotes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. It's crazy that the family is not supporting you when you, at the end of the day, were wronged. You were cheated on. You had your husband lose the sanctity of your marriage, and go against the vows that he made to you. And I don't know how cheating, meeting someone because you cheated, could be romantic. I know she went through something really difficult and beating cancer is amazing. That is such a terrible thing to go through. But at the end of the day, it's amazing on her end for surviving, but that's not necessarily romantic because he still cheated.
Yeah, what I'm thinking probably the romanticized version that the sisters may be referring to is that the woman who had cancer probably was like, I know what it's like to be close to death, and I've never felt this way, and I don't want to waste one more second living my life for anyone else and holding back from like my true feelings and what, you know, it was probably something like that if I had to guess.
There's that empathy and pragmatic devil's advocate, you know?
But I don't know if OP responds to anything. And this is also only 9 hours ago.
It's fresh.
Do you want to take a look and see if you see
let me
anything?
see if I see anything on the account. Account has been suspended. No. So take that as you will. I've not seen any comments. Quick scroll here. Comments really are
popping off. Oh yeah, they're pissed.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
I know. I thought that they weren't allowed to say that on Reddit because anytime, I feel like the comments are always so respectful and well thought out.
This post is not.
No.
There's a lot of very angry. Yeah. And I do agree. Like, I don't think you need to feel bad for hating her. Like, at the end of the day, she kind of, like, it obviously falls on the husband too, but they both together shit in your Cheerios.
Yeah. No, I think you don't have to, like, give her more respect than you would someone who's not going through cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, a person uprooted your whole life and your future plans.
Mm-hmm.
You have every right to have your feelings about that.
For sure.
And not feel guilty about it.
No. Well, that's all I got, unless you want to get into that vagina cheese story, Lauren.
No, you can save that for someone else.
Who should I give it to?
Michaela probably would have a good response.
I don't know if she'd be able to be in
she
that
talked
either.
about putting a fish.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
She did talk about a fish vagina spell. She might be able to handle it then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I got to find a theme for it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Another episode, another month, another year. We're like almost done with 2025, it feels. It's crazy how fast this year's going.
Calm down. We're halfway there.
I'm like 74 days away from my wedding.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That will make time fly for sure.
By the time this episode comes out, I'll be even like way closer because this is like a couple weeks out now. I'm just like, oh my God, it's going to be here before I know it. But my tent is on the boat. I can track the boat from China. I just like refresh the boat. I just track it to make sure my tent's coming.
I didn't know that you were still going through with that. How'd you find out? How'd you make that happen?
Went on Alibaba.com, found my guy George in China, ordered the tent.
Wow.
It's been very...
Was it as expensive as it?
No.
I
like got a steal compared to the rental prices.
Okay.
Tent rental? I think I'm going to open a tent rental business now. I'm not kidding. Like I got the tent. Now
I'm excited to see it.
I think it's going to be good.
Wow.
And I have my little mini mule in my backyard now that I'm maybe training to be my beer donkey.
Wait, do you still want to have, you said before that you wanted to have like...
A camel.
No, single like bachelor guys there?
Yes, we are getting to the wire. If we have hot single guys in Minnesota, please submit your application to Lauren. That is Lauren Rolfe. She's maid of honor. We'll set up a Google form and she can go through it.
Perfect.
Absolutely. I want the experience for the guests.
I think Salt Hank was serious about wanting to come and he's single.
He wanted to come?
Yeah.
Oh, he can come.
That's why I was like, you should actually, he was like, I actually would. And I was like,
he's invited.
Perfect. Because
cool,
he had just told me that like he's...
How do you know? Do you tell him? I'm like, he doesn't listen to the pod.
He was asking for updates on, wedding. On everyone. And
I love that.
So.
He can come. I like that. Yeah.
Love that.
We have so many amazing, beautiful, smart, just insane women in attendance and not as many single, nice, smart guys. And so I need to level it out. Like I was in Duluth a couple weekends ago for the holidays and just like recovering from surgery. And I literally ran into
by the way.
people from high school. And I was like, are you going to be in town September 27th? do you want to come to the after party? I have so many hot girls coming. I'm
Love
like
that.
recruiting everyone. I told like all the guys that like I invited, but I gave them a +1. I'm like, did you want to bring a +1? Don't bring a +1. There's so many girls. I'm like, I'm just want it to be so fun for everyone. And like, who knows? If you met and you fell in love at my wedding, that'd be so cool.
That would be cool. And I'm very excited. I think it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. I've just had so much fun planning.
Good.
I've had like small pockets, like maybe 30 minutes of stress here and there, but like otherwise it has truly been such a fun experience.
Maybe you should be a wedding planner.
I literally want to. Like when I told you like I would put the podcast on hold to plan your wedding, I wouldn't even need to put it on hold. Like I can do it all.
Yeah.
I would love to plan a friend's wedding. If you don't let me be your wedding planner, I'm actually gonna be pissed.
Well, the thing is that like I likely will do a really like
low-key beach resort all-inclusive wedding. I love this.
No, like
that's what you said.
Yeah, but not like all-inclusive beach resort. Like I'm thinking like honestly something really small and
We
like
can find
really
a villa.
affordable.
Yeah, we can find a villa, have the whole house,
Like
have
I'm
the
trying
wedding
to
party.
spend
Everyone,
$5,000 total.
you know, we can see what we can do. We could probably swing something cool. You just won't have a lot of flowers because those are costly. Or we'll go to the local garden greenery place there and find some plants.
Yeah.
Plants are more affordable if you want something that you can then actually have after the wedding too.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of plants.
We'll see.
Flowers from Costco.
I guess I just have a hard time with the idea of like spending a ton of money on like a temporary,
Oh yeah.
you know, so that.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a choice.
Yeah.
It's definitely a choice.
But we'll see. You never know how I'll feel whenever the time comes. So.
Who knows, Lauren? You could win the lottery and be like, I won $150 million in the California State Lottery. What's $1 million on a wedding?
No, that would raise my price to $10,000 on the wedding.
A modest, humble girl.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We've got Lauren on 2 Patreon episodes this month. So head on over if you want more Lauren. We also did a trio episode, me, Lauren, and Michaela.
That was really fun.
It was super good.
Yeah.
Michaela talked about it today and she was like, it was super like girl slumber party sleepover vibes. And we had some crazy stories for it.
Yeah, I love that. It was
So
a good
head on
time.
over. But okay, that's all I got. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.